everyone and welcome to a new show that I am going to call Geeking Out because why not? Today we're going to be looking into the PsVita's game library. I've got around 98 PS Vita games, so I'm probably going to have to split this series into like 5 parts, maybe 20 games a video. Personally, I feel the PS Vita is a really underrated system. Like, it has so much potential to be super successful, but Sony hasn't really done anything with it. It hasn't been promoted very well, and nobody knows that the library it has is actually filled with pretty amazing games. The PS Vita as a whole doesn't have that many supporters, but with that being said, my friend SunsBookisGamesx has actually just filmed a video on her Vita collection, so I'm going to leave a link to her channel in the description below. She's also done videos on her Nintendo DS collection, geeky gadgets and books she reads. She's really close to 1,000 subscribers, so if anyone could go and just check out her channel and subscribe and push her a bit closer, that'd be super awesome. But anyway, let us get on with the Vita thingy stuff. Yay. Well, that wasn't awkward as fuck. The first game showing up is Moe Chronicle. This game. Unless you're into boobs, this game's probably not going to entertain you much. The story goes, a lot of these things called monster girls have turned evil and are now attacking humans, so it's your task to go save them or something. You save them by stripping them of their clothes and then rubbing them in areas, and then if you do a good enough job, you get them completely naked with tiny little hearts covering up their genitals, and you have to furiously wank off your Vita, to be honest. There is also an RPG element to this, but it's not really worth talking about. It gets really boring, really bland, really quickly. The enemies don't have any animations. You know, like Pokemon Yellow, where they like twitch on the screen and then attack you? It's pretty much like this. It's just not that good, it's repetitive, the enemies all look the same, and it's actually quite difficult to start with, and it puts you off playing. But yes, if boobs interest you, check out Moe Chronicle, or just watch porn. One of the two. The next game is Saturday Morning RPG. Don't know that much about this game at all. It was released by a company called Limited Game Run, who make physical copies of games in a limited run. There was only 2,500 of these released. You can get it digitally, but you know, I want it physically because why not? But yeah, I really don't know much about this game. I think it's based off of a cartoon, but it's like an episodic game. There's 5 episodes, it says. But yeah, it looks really fun and interesting. I might actually play it on the channel at some point, so yes, brilliant. The next game is The next game is Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax. I love this game. I'm kind of new to anime. I'm quite a baby. I've only been watching like a year or so I don't actually know that many characters in this game at all. All I know is Kirito and Asuna from Sword Art Online, but there's another 18 other characters who all have support characters from their show, so there's about 40 characters in total, but only 20 of them are playable. I don't really know what to say about this game. I've platinumed it, which is a very rare thing for me to do with fighting games, unless it's Tekken, because I love Tekken. But yeah, it's really awesome. Check it out. I think it's also available on PlayStation 3 if you don't want to get it on the Vita, but you should get it for the Vita because the Vita is amazing. Do it. The next game is Lost Dimension. This game really won't be for everyone. I, however, did love it. It's kind of a strategy RPG, sort of. You have a bunch of different characters who you can take into different missions, and each character has like a range scale and a distance they can move each turn. You have to make your way towards enemies, and some of them have long range attacks, some of them only can attack short range, blah 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 blah. I don't really know how to describe this game. It's kind of confusing, so if you want to know more about it, I'd Google it, but the story revolves around you and I think about 12 other people who have all lost their memory. You've got to like climb a tower to stop this guy from ending the world, but each time you climb a floor, someone in your group is a traitor and trying to betray you, and you have to figure out who they are. You can get it wrong and you can kill innocent people, and you won't really know you've killed an innocent person. Well, you will, I think. I don't really know. I have never actually killed an innocent person in this game. A feature which I quite like in this is that any of the characters who you have as partners can be a traitor, which kind of means that every playthrough will be a little different from the last one, which is really cool and keeps it kind of fresh. To an extent, it does get a bit boring, I think, if you were to play it time and time and time again. I've completed it twice. It took me about maybe 20 to 30 hours, and yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Next up, we have Silent Hill Book of Memories. Now, I really wanted to love this game because Silent Hill's a great game. The PS Vita and its own exclusive Silent Hill game would have been a really great thing, I think, to boost it. Sadly, this game is complete shite. It's pretty much a dungeon crawling RPG with Silent Hill monsters, which would have been really cool if they executed it well, but they didn't. The graphics, although not a graphic card myself, are pretty shit. The controls are quite clunky, the gameplay itself is clunky, there isn't a lot going on, it's pretty bland. I don't really know what to say. I haven't played it that long. I've played maybe 3 or 4 levels, maybe for about a couple of hours. Yeah, I'm not into it. I don't recommend it unless you can get it for like under £5 or $5. The next game is Akiba's Trip, or also known as Akiba Strip. This is probably one of my favourite games ever. I find myself laughing out loud a lot, which I very rarely do with video games, to be honest, but this one actually got me a lot. The story revolves around you being turned into a vampire. You then get chased by a bunch of other vampires, and you have a friend vampire who's helping you, and then you have a bunch of other female friends who are helping you fight as well. But yeah, the only way you can beat the vampires is to strip them of all their clothing and let them die from the sunlight. But unlike Moe Chronicles, it's done in a slapstick comedy way, so it's not like a pervy, oh, we're stripping and making them do weird things kind of stuff, you know? But yeah, I highly recommend you check this game out. Like, what game can you beat someone up with a leak? Seriously. What game can you beat someone up with a leak? Except for Dead Rising, that doesn't count, that's Dead Rising, you know? This game is also available on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 if you don't want to get it on the Vita, but I think you should get it on the Vita, just saying, okay. Next up we have Tobu, The Age of Demons. I started off really loving this game. I played the demo and was hooked, and I knew I had to have the game. Once I got it, for about the first maybe 5-6 hours, I was really enjoying it, but after that, after chapter 3, the game just gets really boring, really repetitive. You just literally verse the same bosses over and over and over and over again. Some of the boss fights can take between half an hour to an hour to beat. It just dragged on, and I actually haven't completed it, which is a shame. They've also released a expansion to this, which is Tobu Kiwami, but because I didn't end up really enjoying the overall game, I haven't bought that. But if you want to buy this, again, I recommend spending no more than maybe £10, $10, and I'd probably get the expansion pack because there's probably more to it and it might have made it a bit better. The next games are the Final Fantasy collection, which is Final Fantasy X and X-2. I myself am someone who's actually really that obsessed with Final Fantasy, so I haven't actually played any Final Fantasy games except for X-2, which I did really love. But yeah, it didn't really motivate me enough to go out and check all the others out. But I did get number 10 because I enjoyed X-2, so it probably makes sense for me to play the first 10. The reason I have 3 of these is because this one, which was released here in the UK, is 10 and X-2 in the same box, but X-2 is just a download code and it's about 6 or 7 gigabyte of data. And for anyone who has a PsVita, they know the memory cards are fucking shite and take so much effort to keep, like, spacious. But I realised in Japan or China or somewhere, I'm sorry I don't quite know, they released the game separately, but they were only in Japanese or Chinese. Players just sold out these super quickly and they're really hard to come by, but a company called Heavy Arms gets them in stock quite frequently, so I'll try and remember to leave a link to their website for you to be able to check out if you want to get these. They're also really cheap, and I thought I might as well get them to save up some space on the memory card. So yeah, Final Fantasy. I enjoy it, just not a massive fan of it. Next up we have Assassin's Creed 3 Liberations. A lot of people kind of hated on this game because they said it was buggy and glitchy and then it was unplayable. I personally didn't have a single problem with this. Like, the frame rate was fine, I didn't have any bugs or any glitches, it ran smoothly. So from my experience, brilliant game. It's actually my favourite Assassin's Creed game, and it's the only Assassin's Creed game I've finished since Brotherhood. The reason I love this game so much, I think, is because it was the first time a female had been introduced as the assassin. And I'm a big fan of badass females as the lead, so it was really cool to see, and I really enjoyed the story and the mini-games. Like, I can't quite remember what they were, but they were really fun. So yeah, I do recommend this game. I think it got released on Xbox and Sony's Marketplace, so you can actually get it on the Xbox and 360, Xbox One, PS4, blah blah blah. So yeah, check it out. I do recommend the game. Next up we have Resident Evil Revelations 2. I've not played this yet. I haven't played it on any other console. I know a lot of people said the graphics and the frame rate isn't anywhere near as good as what it is on the PlayStation 4, which is understandable because the Vita, although amazing, does have its limitations. But yeah, I'm super excited to start playing this. I love Resident Evil and I'm sure this game will be amazing. I've wanted to play it for ages. This does come with all the bonus content already downloaded onto the cartridge, I believe. It doesn't come with any download codes, so yeah, everything's with it. It's cool. Buy it. Next up we have Dynasty Next. I know a lot of people kind of are iffy with the Dynasty games because they kind of are all the same to an extent. I, however, love them, and I think Dynasty Next was a great installment into the franchise. A lot of people did complain about the use of the PS Vita's touchscreens and its like motion sensors, but I think they incorporate it really well. They do it in like a mini game format, so it doesn't inflict on the actual gameplay itself. But yeah, I really recommend it. There's not much to say. Hack and slash its finest. If you want a good hack and slash game, get this one for the Vita. Next up we have Civilization Revolution 2 Plus. I love the Civilization games. I had one on the Xbox 360 and I was addicted. This is just like that one. All of the people that you can play as. You get to play as Nobunaga, Oda Nobunaga, shit. Nobunga, Abanoga, Oda Nobunaga, shit, I can't remember his name. You get to play as Oda Nobunaga. You get to play as Oda Nobunaga. You get to play as Oda Nobunaga. Shit, I can't say his name. You get to play as Oda Nobunaga. I think I just completely ruined that name and I apologise. But yeah, it's a really awesome game. If you know that, you should know what the Civ Rev games are like. You can get this game digitally because it's pretty hard to come across a physical copy. Actually, with that, Moe Chronicles, Resident Evil 2 Revelations, this one, you can get from PlayAsia, and I believe they're still in stock. They're not too expensive, except Moe Chronicle actually might be. But yeah, I'll leave a link to PlayAsia as well in the description box below in case anyone wants to check this out. This is a really awesome game. My only gripe is that the tutorial right at the beginning goes really fast, and you don't really get to take in anything that it's telling you. And I had to sort of teach myself along the way, which took a little bit of time, which was a pain, but yeah. Not apart from that, amazing. Check it out. Next we have Disney Infinity 2.0. Was very late coming to the PS Vita, like every other console had this except the PS Vita. It is really good. They've managed to pack everything that the console version has into this tiny cartridge. The only thing is the graphics do suffer greatly, which again, not a graphic card so it doesn't bother me, but they kind of got like a blur effect to them. And the frame rate has pretty bad issues at times and it can freeze. Only great with it. Apart from that, it's really awesome. I did also encounter a glitch where I couldn't get out of a room and I had to restart the entire thing. Hopefully they've improved it, maybe updated it a bit, I don't know. It's been a while since I played it, I do have to jump back into it at some point soon. But yeah, I do recommend it, it's great to have the little thing on its go. Actually, I'll show you the little thingamajigger. They had the little Disney Infinity set. The Black Spider-Man was an exclusive for the PS Vita, I think, for a little while, but they released him as a thing now, you can get him on his own, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's cool, buy it if you want it, I don't know. Next we have probably my favourite game of all time, which is Persona 4 Golden. This game, any way you describe what this game's about is not going to do it justice. This game is the best game I've ever played, and I don't say that lightly. I have a lot of games I absolutely love to death, but this is the only one that's ever really made me go, wow! I really don't know how to describe this game at all. It's just incredible and just, it's amazing. It's a dungeon crawler with life simulator aspects. There's just so much to do in this game, like you will not be able to do everything that the game has to offer in a single playthrough. I actually played this game twice back to back, which is something I never do because I'm always bored with a game once I finished it, but I couldn't put it down and I wanted to re-experience everything right from the beginning again. Honestly, if you have a Vita and you don't own this game, you need to get your life in check. This for me is just probably the best game in existence and I really recommend that you check it out if you have not heard of it before. Next we have another Persona spin-off game. This is Persona 4 Dancing All Night, which is a rhythm game. Really fun, of course nowhere near as amazing as Persona 4 Golden, but it's fun. If anyone's seen Hatsune Miku, the chick with the long blue hair, I think that's his. I've never played it before, but apparently it's really similar to that in gameplay style, and I think she's actually a downloadable character for this game. Again, I'm not really sure what to say about this game. It's really awesome, it's very story orientated, so don't expect a lot of reading, but yeah, really awesome. Check it out if you like rhythm games. And Persona! Next up we have another one of my favourite games, which is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. The game is a visual novel / murder mystery. You are in a school, trapped in a school, with a psycho bear, and he has told you that if you want to escape, you must kill one of your classmates and get away with the murder. So whenever a murder happens, you are then set on like an adventure to try and find all the different clues and piece together who's killed who. It's a whodunit game, but a really, really awesome one with a lot of twists and a lot of what the fuck kind of moments. I really recommend this game so much. Next up we have the sequel to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, which is Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. Now most people will actually say this game is better, which I kind of understand, that you are on an island instead of trapped in a school and there's a lot more to see, the scene is a lot better. I just however just prefer more of the characters in Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, except for Sayaka. Sayaka the pop idol is a bitch, and I'm not going to spoil anything, I'm just happy with how certain events in the game go for her. But then I also get really upset with how so many events go in the game because my favourite character, Leon Kawada, gets in some trouble for some shit. Screw you, Sayaka. But yes, it's another visual novel murder mystery just like the first one. I can't really say too much about it, but I really urge you to check these games out if you haven't already. Last game for today is Danganronpa 3 Ultra Despair Girls. This game kind of did a massive 180 kind of for people, and a lot of people were really put off by it because it's a visual novel still, but this kind of made it a shooter. but I actually think it works really well. Like, I really enjoyed it. So if anyone who's played the first two Danganronpas didn't play this one because they heard it was going to be a shooter, I urge you to try it. Like, just see where it goes. Great story, a lot of what the fuck moments like the other two games. In this game you play as the main character's sister from Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. You also get to see some of the characters from the first game appear in this one, which is really awesome. This is set between the first and the second Danganronpa games, so it's probably better to play those two first so you actually can understand all the references this one makes. Yeah, that's the first 20 PsVita games. I now have another 78 to go through. Smashing. And also, why is it so hot? I'm sweating so much. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed, and you can follow me on my social media down in the description below. Don't forget to check out my friend's Vita collection, SunsBookisGamesx. I'm trying to say that right, I'm trying to say that right, and I hope I am. Thank you all for watching, y'all are fucking awesome, and I will see you tomorrow with a random ass episode, as I don't think I'm going to get one up today because of this video, which is going to take me absolutely forever to edit. Anyway, bye bye!